Should we talk about a TV show, guys? I mean, we're here anyway. We have microphones, we have a set.
I think we should definitely talk about TV shows.
It feels appropriate to the moment, right?
Yes.
We're going to talk some Castle Rock here. Melanie, Jane, it's good to see you both. So yeah, this was high on my list when I heard about this. I don't know about you guys, but the combination of the creators behind the scenes, the Stephen King source material, just the prospect of this was exciting. Just give me a sense, like, what is the name Castle Rock? What did the name Castle Rock mean to you when you heard of this? Did it kind of pique your interest?
Do you want to go first?
Do you want me to go?
Yeah.
We all want Melanie to go first.
I mean, I was a very shy child and I didn't have any friends, surprise, surprise. So all I did was read books, like obsessively. And I read everything Stephen King had written up to the point when I was 13, like his whole bibliography, I read it. So I was familiar with Castle Rock and I was very excited. And I had a Skype with Sam and Dusty, and they just seemed so cool, and they really laid out what was going to happen with Molly, and there were so many great actors attached already, and I just felt very lucky. And then Jane came on, and I was like, how can it get better? It just did.
And then cue maniacal laughter. For you, so what is the thing that piques your interest about something like this?
When I first read about my character, I didn't read Stephen King growing up. I read Carrie, which was really scary and really good. And I've learned a lot about King and his work through working on this project, but one of the first things I learned about this project was that my character was described as Tracy Flick meets Ed Gein. So anyone who doesn't get that reference, that's Reese Witherspoon's like type A plucky class
Election,
president
right?
from Election, and Ed Gein is the notorious serial killer who wore people's skin.
Sure. The huge,
Combination, yeah.
And I really did think, like, that is the perfect combination for me. Like, those are
This is the part I was born to play.
Those are two things I deeply resonate with.
Yeah, that is
That's
true.
in my wheelhouse. That's a little disturbing, but hey, that's okay. It's a fascinating show to watch because, yeah, I've watched the first 4 episodes, and it definitely feels like, I don't know, it's like a little Twin Peaks-ish, like but in the milieu and mind of Stephen King. I don't even know, it kind of defies description a little bit, but it has a deliciously kind of enigmatic air, like it's not laying it all out there for you. It poses a lot of questions week after week, it seems. For you guys, like, is that harder for you as an actor? Like, do you know the scope of the story before you start on day one? Do you want to kind of know where your character's going?
I mean, I had only read, I think it was the same for all of us. We were reading the scripts as we were shooting. We didn't read the 10 episodes before, which can be, like, challenging because sometimes you don't know quite what you're setting up, but at the same time, neither do you in life.
Right.
So...
Yeah, that's what I always say also, to try to make peace with it, because I'm like, okay, of course I want to know how everything's going to turn out. I want to be able to look into the future and be like, oh, I'm going to live happily ever after. You don't know. So that's, getting a script and having to deal with what comes up, that's how you feel.
Also, I loved reading these scripts. So I was excited every time we'd get a new one to be like, where's it going?
Right, that's a good sign,
Yeah,
yeah.
what's the answer?
I think for King fans, it operates on a number of levels, right? Depending on your knowledge of Stephen King. I think it works for somebody that's just very casual, like they've seen a couple of the movies or whatever. But also for the obsessives, I think it's going to be pretty richly rewarding. And there's some interesting nods. For instance, your character's name is just like start right there, begs some questions. Torrance is a name we're familiar with from The Shining. What are we to make of that?
Jackie, my character, brushes up very closely to a famous King character.
Right. Okay. Way to dance around it. Well done. For you, are those, as someone that read all the work growing up, are these kind of nods fun for you, just beyond as an actor, just as an obsessive fan, to see that stuff in there?
Yeah, it was kind of perfect because there were a couple of them that I didn't necessarily get when I read the script, and there were a couple of them that I obviously did, and I was like, that's so cool. But it really made me realize that even the ones that people don't necessarily know are just so great as background to the story and history of Castle Rock and just extra atmospheric sort of storytelling stuff. So you don't need to know the books to be able to appreciate it.
It's also like an amazing cast assembled here. Like, it's a true ensemble. I know you're. Well, I guess I assume you've probably shot all 10, right? Did you shoot them all? Amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so looking back and now sort of seeing the scope of the story and the other characters, if you could switch places with one of the characters, if you could try it. I know you love this character in particular, but if you could try out a different character in the story, which would you do?
Well, my favorite character is Melanie's character, Molly, but that could just be because I love Melanie so much, and Melanie played the character. No, but when I read the scripts, always whenever Molly's character showed up, I was really excited. I love her.
That's so sweet.
For you, Melanie?
I would just fail so miserably if I tried to play your character. I think I would play Bill's character. There's so much there that's
Right.
yet to be revealed. He did such a masterful job with it, with the physicality and the emotional stuff, and in later episodes, you're just like, wow, that was great. But that would be really fun to do.
So what can you tease me in what's to come? I've seen the verse 4, so I've seen almost half of it.
We can tell you the rest of it if you
Well, I
want.
don't want that. Probably
No,
not.
no,
the best
no,
way to
we'll just
consume it.
explain.
Yeah, okay. Act it out right here.
Yeah,
So,
that's
do we have like
fine.
sock puppets or something? Just to-
Nobody's gonna mind.
What's to come? What's the scope of the season? What happens to your characters in an abstract and broad way?
My character kind of comes in and out. She's like the town taxi driver. She's like kind of the town snoop. So she just like sticks her nose in here and like sticks her nose in there. So I can only really speak for me because I'm not like, my character isn't like the defining
The driver of
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
narrative,
But
right?
but
yeah.
Jackie does end up in positions where she was into situations she wasn't expecting, and has to kind of rise to the occasion. That's like so general.
Isn't it fun to, promote
so
a
good
show
at
like
this,
this that's
though.
like created on secrecy and
Yeah, it's hard.
it's okay.
I've never done this before. I don't know how to do anything but be just pathologically honest.
Right.
So I'm
You were the
just,
wrong person for this job.
Yeah, I really am.
Okay.
I get asked a question and I'm like,
No, I'm not going to make you shouldn't answer that then. Never mind.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I do want to, because we're at Comic-Con, we should talk about some Comic-Con-ish things, even outside of Castle Rock. You're always fan-casted, as you well know, as Batgirl, but now it sounds like we're not seeing Batgirl in the Birds of Prey movie. So, yeah.
I don't know anything about
Right, okay.
what's going on. I just am like honored that people on the internet tell me that they think I should play this beloved character.
Yeah. Well, so the word on the street is now is Huntress and Black Canary are going to be parts of the team. So are you willing to adapt and go a different route than Batgirl?
Sure, but I don't know who Huntress or Black Canary.
Just say yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%.
I'm
I'm
trying
in.
to help you here. What are you doing?
Thank you for getting me a job. Yes, I'm in.
You've said you can do the push-ups. You've said you're just ready to rock and roll, basically?
I've
You're-
worked out with Jane. She's real tough.
I
She's
can't.
very tough.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I can do a bunch of push-ups, but I don't want to show you right now.
Okay. I feel like you were trying to decide, like. Okay. And for you, you said you've been to Comic-Con, but this is the first time kind of like an official capacity.
Yeah, I've just been here like taking pictures of whoever I'm in a relationship with and someone who wants a picture with them. That's
is it-
been my previous capacity.
Is this a better way to be, or is this more pressure to?
I mean, it's more pressure to have to
the song
actually
and
do
dance,
stuff
yeah.
other than work someone's iPhone. It's exciting though. It's
There's
really
a lot
fun.
of anticipation for this one, legitimately. So that must be
Yeah.
a nice like boost for the cast.
Yeah, I've never done anything that is part of this kind of world before, so it's a whole new thing.
Congratulations on Castle Rock.
Thank
I want to
you.
get this right. July 25th, Hulu coming very soon. Everybody check it out. Thanks for stopping by, guys. It was good to see you both.
Thank you.